Hi, and welcome to this LayerX demo. In this demo, we'll demonstrate some of the key capabilities of LayerX's new Agentic AI browser protection. So, LayerX provides several key capabilities when it comes to protection of AI browsers, namely discovery and visibility for all AI browsers in the organization, detection and control over agentic activity, and control over the side panel. So let's see them in action. The first capability that we'll demonstrate is visibility of AI browsers in the organization. To see what AI browsers you have inside the LayerX console, let's go to Asset Discovery, click the Browsers tab, and under Browser Type, we can choose AI browsers such as Dia, GenSpark, Comet, ChatGPT Atlas, and others, and immediately get full visibility of exactly who in the organization has them installed, on what devices they're installed, as well as other key information about those deployments. However, LayerX doesn't provide just visibility, but also enforcement. One of the key areas that distinguish AI browsers from traditional browsers is the agentic component, and specifically the ability to act independently and autonomously. To that end, LayerX also is able to detect agentic activity and distinguish between human and non-human activity within AI browsers. For example, inside security policies, we can create security rules that when the agentic mode is true, we can enforce controls over browsing activities such as copy-paste, file activities, upload and download, login events, text inputs, and more, and decide what enforcement action we want to apply over them. In this case, we applied a policy that when a download event occurs, and this is carried out by the browser agent, we will prevent the download from occurring. So let's see this in action. So let's pop up our AI browser. I'm specifically using Comet. So in my AI browser, I'm on a Google Drive. I have a number of files with supposedly sensitive information. As the human user, I'm going to download the file PII in PDF. And of course, the download proceeds correctly, and there's no problem. It's going to open up in just a sec, and we'll immediately close it. And you can see the file here in my recent download history. However, if I'm going to try and do the exact same thing, I'm going to instruct in my side panel, download the file PII in PDF. I'm going to click enter. We're going to see this blue bar indicating that an agentic activity has occurred. The AI agent is now proposing a course of action. I'm going to click download, and it's going to attempt and download the same file that we just downloaded as a person. But as you can see, whereas in the previous event, we were able to download it as a human user, in this particular event, the download was blocked because we defined a policy that when agentic mode is on, will block it. And also in the side panel, the AI agent tells us that the download has been blocked and it's unable to do it. So let's dismiss the notification. Let's go back to the console. To illustrate another example, this time on text input, we defined a slightly more complex rule that on text input of emails on AI websites and the agentic mode is true, we're going to block them as well. So again, let's see this in action. Let's back up into our AI browser. We're going to go to chatgpt.com, and I'm going to type a test email address of test@test.com. And of course, because I defined a rule that says that only AI agents are prevented from doing this, I, as the human user, can do it with no problem. Now let's delete it. However, now let's try again, this time with the AI agent. Go to ChatGPT and type test@test.com and let it run. Again, we're going to see this bluish background indicating that there's an agentic activity in action. But this time, almost immediately, we're going to get this pop-up of, event has been blocked. Now, one of the things about AI agents is that they're relentless. They're going to try in multiple ways to do it, whether by typing or by pasting, but whichever way that they do it, LayerX detects it and blocks it. And As before, we get this message from the AI agent that their attempt has failed. So up until now, we demonstrated detection of agentic activity and also enforcement over actions by the browser agent. So for the last portion of this demo, let's demonstrate control also over the AI side panel. Now, the AI side panel in AI browsers is actually very, very unique. And the reason for it is because it's basically an always-on AI prompt that is available on every website. So as a result, it can read sensitive information on pretty much any website that you visit, which means that it's probably a good idea to prevent the side panel from certain sensitive applications, for example, CRM, financial applications, electronic medical records, and so on. So going back to our console, we're able to define a rule that on event of the agentic AI sidebar, and the website domain is, for example, salesforce.com. So let's say on Salesforce CRM, we are going to block the side panel from opening up. So let's go back into our AI browser. Let's go into a non-sensitive website, let's say ESPN. And I'm going to ask the browser to tell me the score of the latest Lakers game. And as you can see, the side panel is operating. It can run. In a moment, we're going to get the blue background of agentic activity, or actually, it did it pretty quickly. So no, the sidebar works and there's no problem. However, now let's go to salesforce.com, the sensitive website that we defined in the security policy. I'm going to try and click the side panel, but as you can see, I'm unable to do it. And after I click it, immediately I get a pop-up that the agentic assistant has been blocked. And again, this is because we defined a security policy that on event of opening the agentic sidebar on a specific sensitive domain that we defined, the sidebar is unable to operate. However, this is just a glimpse of the capabilities that LayerX has, both with regards to AI security and also other areas of coverage. So if this is something that is interesting for you, please reach out to us and schedule a demo today. Thank you.